guys. Big warm welcome for Marc Ragovin. Clap for Marc Ragovin.
So a couple months ago, I bought one of these fact-a-day calendars. You know, the kind that are supposed to tell you stuff like the cheetah's the fastest animal in the world, right? But I think mine came from a defective batch, because this is what I've learned. In 1965, the Supreme Court overturned Mississippi's ban of the black and white cookie. In 1991, ophthalmologists concluded that people should not stare directly at their radios when a total eclipse of the heart is playing. Ironically, most Quakers don't have time for breakfast. In Detective Comics number 387, the Riddler finally outfoxed Batman by asking him to solve a problem like Maria. The worst thing about hell is that it's very cliquish. The worst thing. In the original version of Monopoly, the property that was right next to Park Place was an Islamic cultural center. President Bush once refused to leave a Ruby Tuesday for 72 hours after mistaking it for a TGI Fridays. The most ineffective consumer product recall ever was of defective boomerangs. 98% of free-range chickens don't range far enough. Every year, the National Stalkers Association announces that its annual convention will be coming soon to a location near you. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt holds the world's record for the most frequent victim of identity theft. In his college thesis, Al Roker defended the position that there ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And Mr. G once killed a man for questioning whether the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Of all the disturbing things that Mother Teresa witnessed during her lifetime, she was most tormented by the lack of defense in every NBA All-Star game. She went to a grave like that. After a while, Pythagoras got lazy and just issued a bunch of wild hunches. Here's a little secret. No recorded phone call has ever been used for training purposes. And people, don't be fooled. Your building's elevator inspection certificate is not on file in the property manager's office. In Florida, it is illegal for anyone under the age of 80 to use the words Tommy Rot and Flapdoodle in the same sentence. President Bush always resets his watch when Midnight Cowboy is on. Before the invention of tear gas, police immobilized suspects by spraying them with painful childhood memories. According to Bartlett's quotations, the expression, "into each life some rain must fall," is attributable to the world's laziest roofer. The lap dance business really began to flourish after the invention of the chair. A taxidermist once sued his alma mater for teaching him only one way to skin a cat. Oh, by the way, the Statue of Liberty, turns out it was re-gifted to us by the French. Most Americans say that their number one fear is that someone will break into their home in the middle of the night and change the refrigerator's coldness setting. One of the copies of the Constitution on display at the Smithsonian appears on a very, very old piece of silly putty. After Aquaman was diagnosed with high blood pressure, his doctor confined him to fresh water. By law, when a lunchroom lady dies, her eldest daughter inherits her hairnet. In Europe, Fahrenheit 451 was issued as Celsius 233. Lou Costello and his wife would often interrupt their lovemaking for a 15-minute routine of Who's on Top? Amelia Earhart's last flight was sponsored by Land's End. Too soon? The signature song of the Army Corps of Engineers production of South Pacific was There Ain't Nothing Like a Dam. Geronimo was terrified of heights. President Bush once spent an entire season in the Roundabout Theater. In 1953, two Nazi fugitives developed a bikini hair removal process they called the Boys from Brazilian. Most people who met Jacques Cousteau found him to be exceedingly shallow. The Continental Congress would start each day off right with a continental breakfast. As a boy, Abe Lincoln played with Washington logs. And I'll leave you with this. Every Amish porno flick has a scene in which the lady of the house seduces the butter churn repairman. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. See you upstairs. You've been great.
Marc Ragovin, everybody.